Hey everybody, this is Venomous. So I just want to get this out early, bit of early reporting. I'm starting to see some things coming out here. Climate mandates of sort. Spain implements thermostat mandate up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit despite heat wave. This was Thursday. On MSN. Spain has set strict limits on air conditioning in shops and other venues, requiring business in various buildings to keep their thermostats anywhere from 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, despite the fact that the country is enduring a heat wave. Additionally, businesses are told to leave doors and windows closed after 10 p.m., the government confirmed on Twitter. In their effort to conserve energy amid the high temperatures as problems with gas price supplies due to the war in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine requires us to be more efficient in energy consumption, Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez tweeted this week. Today we approve urgent energy saving and efficiency measures aimed at administrative and commercial buildings and transform infrastructure. Let's collaborate in the important task that belongs to everyone. Limits are aimed at reducing consumption in the context of the war in Ukraine, according to the government. The new rules also comes amid a heat wave in Spain where temperatures have reached higher than 110 degrees Fahrenheit, according to the Weather Channel. The heat wave has been so severe it was even labeled Zoe Zoe as the world's first named heat wave. That was something I totally forgot to report on. They're naming heat waves now. Actually, I wonder if I can grab that in just a sec here. So let's pop on over to E&E News, Scientific American. Climate change. Zoe becomes the world's first named heat wave. Blistering temperatures were ranked at Category 3, the most severe tier, in Seville, Spain's new heat wave system. So this is just in Spain for now, but it's going to be everywhere. The world's first named heat wave hit Seville, Spain this week, pushing temperatures past 110 degrees Fahrenheit and earning the most severe tier in the city's new heat wave ranking system. Heat wave Zoe has brought scorching temperatures to the southern part of the country for the last few days, particularly the region of Andalusia, where Seville is located. Even in the evenings, the Spanish Meteorological Service recorded temperatures that hovered in the mid-80s in some areas, extra stress on the human body, which relies on cooler nights to recover from high daytime heat. Zoe is the first named heat wave to hit Seville since it officially launched a new pilot program last month for naming and ranking heat waves similar to hurricanes. Climate Wire, June 22nd. Only the most severe heat wave gets named, designated this year in reverse alphabetical order. After Zoe comes Iago, Xenia, Wenceslao, and Vega. The program is a collaboration between the City of Seville and Atlantic Council's Adrian Arsht Rockefeller Foundation Resilience Center, with other partners including the Spanish Office for Climate Change and several Spanish universities and research institutes. It takes a three-tiered approach to categorizing heat waves in Seville, with Category 1 as the lowest ranking and Category 3 as the most severe. The system has specific criteria for each category involving not only daytime temperatures but also nighttime lows, humidity, and the heat wave's expected effects on human health. Each tier triggers a set of emergency response services like issuing weather alerts, opening cooling centers, and dispatching community health teams to check on vulnerable populations. Climate change is causing heat waves to become more frequent, more intense, and longer lasting all over the world, increasing the risk to human health. Seville's new naming and ranking system is intended to heighten public awareness about the dangers of extreme heat. It's currently the only system with a naming component, but the other cities are following suit with similar ranking programs. Athens, Greece recently announced a new system for categorizing heat waves, while several cities across the United States are launching similar pilot programs of their own, including Los Angeles, Miami, Milwaukee, and Kansas City. So, There we go, people. What, 2021? We had the heat dome. We had another interesting names for was it rain bomb or something like that. But yeah, things are changing, folks, for the crazier. Let's get back to the mandate thing. In addition to cutting back on air conditioning, Reuters reported Sanchez has proposed ministers, public officials, and private sector employees stop wearing neckties during hot summer months to keep cool. The decision to limit air conditioning follows the European Union's proposal last month to cut gas use by 15% from August to March. The wire service noted. It also comes just weeks after the United Kingdom recorded its hottest day ever, with a temperature of 39.1 degrees Celsius. It got so hot that London's Luton Airport was forced to close for several hours after runway was damaged. In Spain, the heat has led to hundreds of deaths and even wildfires in recent weeks, the Associated Press reported, and Europe's fire season hitting parts of the continent earlier than usual following a dry, hot spring. Then there was I found another story. Canmore considers forcing shops to have closed door policy in colder months to reduce emissions. Mm. Picturesque mountain town of Canmore is considering a bylaw that would ban businesses from keeping their front doors open during colder months, part of a larger strategy to fight climate change. Mhm. The proposal is adopted. It will follow the lead of neighboring Van, which has a $150 fine for shops that do not keep their doors shut between Tuesday and between the Tuesday after Thanksgiving and the last Friday in April, unless temperatures rise above 10 degrees Celsius. Back in June, the Bow Valley Clean Air Society made such a request at Canmore Town Council, citing businesses on Main Street that were keeping their doors open. Oh, those filthy climate criminals. Um, open during the winter to attract customers. The group had asked that the bylaw be in effect when temperatures drop below 15 degrees Celsius, which would cover from approximately early September until late June, said Hal Retzer, a member of the group. The Canmore bylaw has yet to be developed, but an early July meeting council passed a motion asking the Canmore bureaucrats to study the issue. While the motion received unanimous support, councillors expressed concerns that it would be necessary to use such a heavy-handed measure to convince businesses to keep the heats indoors and lower their energy usage. Canmore Mayor Sean Krausert said the council has by no means actually decided to adopt such a bylaw, but they're getting you warmed up to it. So there you go. One important thing to note is during the discussion of this particular motion, it was stated by many on council that we would prefer pursuing education first. Oh, it's just like the mask bylaws, people. We'll take the education approach first, but then we'll start getting into fines. Well, yeah, so it's the same pattern. So making sure that we involve the business organizations in town, Crosert said. Still, he said it fits with the town's overall climate change goals. I think right now we're in an exploratory mode and working with the business community to determine how to best resolve the issue of open doors that needlessly result in greenhouse gas emissions, said Crusert. Andrea Ritchie, the owner of Fallen Leaf Art Gallery, a Main Street business, called the proposal ridiculous. We've talked to many people in Canmore that have businesses, and we all agree closed doors, no people coming in. They will stand there like they've never seen a door before, said Ritchie. It would be devastating because it's not very welcoming. Ressner said in an interview back in 2018 or 2018 or 2019. You don't okay. The group had noticed businesses with their doors open even when it was cold outside. Since the group's objective is to promote the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, they decided to see if they could convince businesses to keep their doors shut. After all, if warm air is leaking out, more energy will be needed to keep a space warm. We went door to door back then. We went to a number of shops in downtown Canmore and Banff. Had pretty limited success in actually getting any shops to close their doors, said Retzner. Uh, and most of the reasons given were it's a perceived advantage if your door's open. It sends a message that they are open for business. This winter, Retzner said the group did surveys through downtown camera tracking doors that were open and the temperature so that they could do some calculations on what the excess greenhouse gas emissions might have been from the doors open. Oh my God, these people. It's super easy to mitigate. It's just a matter of closing some doors, Retzner said. A number of shops have said that if other shops keep their doors closed, we will happily keep our doors closed. But th- there's a sort. What the heck is going on with this rain? There's this doors. Sorry, now I'm screwing up. But there's a sort of perceived advantage that everybody has to have their doors open to attract business. But of course, if everybody keeps their doors closed and nobody has that advantage. The group came before town council in June, said Cruiser, and presented their research on the impact of open doors. Over the course of the group's surveys, which they did between March 3rd and 23rd, 2022, they found 184 instances of open doors, largely along the town's main street. Oh my goodness. The group the group calculated that the open doors could be contributing to the 32 tons of greenhouse gases each year, which is the report said, the equivalent of 53 trip flights between Calgary and Toronto. Oh my. According to the government, Canada's total emissions in 2020 were 672 megatons of carbon dioxide and 8.9% decrease from 2019, largely due to the pandemic. Need more pandemic, don't we? Don't we? Need some more lockdowns, huh? Canada's per capita household emissions were 4.1 tons per person in 2018. Neighboring Banff, where a closed-door bylaw will come into effect after Thanksgiving, Michael Hay, the town's manager of environment and sustainability, said it's not going to have a huge effect, but it's something. They seem small, but tackling climate change is really about thousands of small actions. There's no one silver bullet, said Hay. Mm-hmm. There you go, folks. Keep an eye out for more of this stuff. And yeah, expect them to be taking small actions to change your behavior. It's pretty nuts. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there real quick before I forget about it, like many other articles I forget about after a while. Anyways, thank you so much for your time and attention. I'll catch you all next time. This is Van Allen's Prime for the Brave New World.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? No!